You are what you are in this world. You're either one of two things. You're either at the table or on the menu. Welcome back to another episode of At the Table with Yakman302. Today we got Jamar Mcgriff. Yo, thank you for coming here at the table.
Yeah, no problem.
I mean, appreciate that. Now this is a whole lane I'm switching in as far as podcasting, and as far as with the fighters. You're the first fighter that's coming here, and I want to do this, more often, being as though I also train at MVJ. And I don't know, might be the Rican Joe Rogan of this shit.
Yeah,
you never know. But nah, man. How'd you get into fighting?
Honestly, man, one day, I've always watched UFC and stuff like that, my uncle and everything growing up, and I did sports and stuff like that in high school and everything, kind of wanted to stay active after high school and stuff, and just kind of Googled gyms and stuff like that one day and ended up showing up to one. My first gym actually wasn't MVJ though, it was a gym called Dauntless, and when I went there I just wasn't getting what I needed, stuff like that. I didn't have the quality training partners and stuff like that, and so I looked up other gyms and stuff, and I went to 302, right on 202 over there.
Okay.
And that's a real MMA heavy gym, and I was never really into the whole wrestling thing like that, because I never did in high school and stuff like that. And when you kind of get into MMA, you're going against people who've been wrestling since they were 3 years old, 5 years old, stuff like that, So it's a lot of kind of catching up to do, and I had heard about MVJ and stuff and went there and just kind of, felt like family from the rip, and it was just a place that I needed to be,
Yeah, I agree. I was at another gym. I felt like I wasn't getting the training. Felt like I was wasting money, and then when I went to MVJ after the first workout, I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is where I want to be pushed. Yeah. So now the reason we're here at the table is you have an upcoming fight. When is it?
November 16th.
And where is it at?
In Newark, Delaware, at the Greater Boys and Girls Club. We're doing Route 40.
Okay. And who are you fighting?
A guy named David Hart. He's got 9 fights. I'm not sure his record or anything, but he's got 9 fights to my 1 and everything, but I'm confident in my ability, to go in there and do what I got to do and stuff.
So you have 1 fight professionally?
No, not amateur.
Amateur? Okay. How old are you?
I just turned 25 last month.
Oh man, you're still young, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, what's your specialty? I know there's jiu-jitsu, there's boxing, and what's yours?
Definitely kickboxing for sure. I had a shoulder injury and stuff like that a year ago and everything, so it kind of forced me to use my legs a lot more and everything. So I got really, really comfortable using my legs and getting kind of savvy and crafty with using my legs and set my kicks up and stuff like that. So I definitely say glory style, Muay Thai style, something like that.
Okay, yeah, you got the reach and the long limbs for them, so you're definitely hard to reach. Now, is this something that you want to do, full time, going into the future?
Yeah, when I first started doing it, I was in the union, working 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and stuff like that. Couldn't really get the time to train and everything, so I ended up saving up some money and bought my own equipment and stuff, and opened my own business, which opened a lot more doors for me to be able to open time for training, eat differently, stuff like that. So definitely, we'll see how these next couple fights goes and stuff like that, and then I'll see if it's something that I want to pursue on the professional level. But as of right now, I'd say yeah, definitely.
Okay, and what's your business?
It's a painting business, interior, exterior painting, power washing, drywall, stuff like that.
Alright, yeah, we'll exchange information. I could help, promote, try to send some clientele your way.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that.
Alright, so who's your favorite fighter?
I'd probably say right now, Max Holloway maybe. He's a UFC fighter, he's a 145 champ.
Okay.
I just like his output, his pressure, his pace, all that, his mentality, everything. And he jumped up to 155 and fought for an interim belt and stuff like that, and did really good versus the dude. They looked like they were 3 weight classes separate and stuff, and he took some shots and stuff and showed heart throughout it, So got to commend him for that one.
That brings up the question, what weight class are you fighting in?
145.
145.
6'1",
So that's the same as him, right?
Yep.
All right, cool.
I think he's maybe 5'10", 5'11", something like that, and he fights 145, so.
Damn, 145. And what's your walk-around weight?
Right now I'm at about, before training, probably 161, and then after training I'll jump down to like 57, 58-ish. So once fight week comes, I'll just cut, you know what I mean, that 10 pounds, 11 pounds or something like that, and then I'll see the scale.
And 10 pounds in a week. I've seen it happen. I did it at MVJ recently. I cut 12 pounds, and I thought it was going to take a long time. I was like, damn, I gained 12 pounds, and Professor said, that's it? I was like, in my head, I was like, damn, I thought it was going to be a lot, but it only took a week to fall off. So.
Right, yeah. Yeah, with that, you do water loading and stuff, so Sunday you drink 2 gallons of water, Monday's a gallon, Tuesday's a gallon, Wednesday's a half gallon, Thursday's a quarter gallon, and Friday's nothing. So you drink all that water to like flush all the salts and minerals and stuff out of your body, and then you cut all that water weight out. Okay. So you're technically, I mean, you still weigh, you know what I mean, what your walking around weight is, but you're just flushing out all that water weight that's inside of you and stuff.
Yeah, doesn't the steam room, what do you call that?
The sauna.
The sauna. Doesn't it help with all that?
Yeah. A lot of people got different methods on how to do it and stuff, but my last fight, it was my first fight, you know what I mean, so I kind of didn't really know what I was doing. I thought I did, you know what I mean, just because I watch YouTube and stuff like that all the time, but you don't really realize until you get into it how serious like a weight cut is, you know what I mean? So come Friday, I was still like 1.5 pounds over the limit, and I had to go sit in the sauna, and that day you can't drink water, you can't eat, you can't do anything like that. So sitting in the sauna when, you know what I mean, you still got that 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds to lose or whatever, you can't drink or anything, it's hell. And
how long after that happened that you had to fight?
It was the day before weigh-in, so I weighed in at, I think it was like 7:30 that night, and then fought right around the same time the following night, so 24 hours to get back.
Did you feel weaker?
Yeah, and it was only because, again, inexperience and stuff, and my rehydration and stuff like that afterwards wasn't what it should have been, you know what I mean, because I was so tunnel vision on just the fight, I wasn't really worried about getting my weight back up and stuff like that. One of my training partners, he had put back on maybe like 13 pounds or so, like 12, 13 pounds, and I put back on like 3.5, 4. So yeah, so I should have ate way differently. Like I went and ate a burger and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. But you live and learn with it. You know what I mean?
Right. So how'd the first fight go?
It went well for how I felt. I mean, I was in phenomenal shape. I mean, I'm in great shape right now, but for that fight, I feel as though I was in better shape than I am right now. I mean, like I said, I'm still in phenomenal shape right now, but we had such a diverse group of people in there. The trainers, they were really pushing every night, you know what I mean? Not that they're not now, I'm not saying they're not now or anything, but this time I just feel like it's a little different, you know what I mean? Because now I got that one under my belt, I got the experience of weight cut, I got the experience of what you're supposed to do afterwards and stuff like that, so I just feel like it's going to be different. But that first fight, it was a split decision, and it was 2 of the judges gave it to him and 1 of the judges gave it to me. But like I said, for the way that I felt, I mean, I felt like my performance was good, you know what I mean? But if I go in there and I feel 100%, I just don't feel like anybody that has my experience with fights and stuff like that, like 10 under fights or something like that, can really beat me, honestly, you know what I mean? I feel real confident about that. That's why I took the fight with a guy with 9 fights and stuff, because I feel as though I could be one of the best at 145 one day.
Okay, alright. Man. So were you training with MVJ when you did the first fight?
Yeah.
Okay, was that in Dover?
That was in Dover.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
It was almost a year ago now, but I had to take time off, just some personal reasons, injuries and stuff like that. I used a lot of my left leg and everything, and I messed up a couple of the small little bones in my foot and stuff, so I had to take some time off for that and everything. But I never really fully quit or anything. I would still run, still do my bag work and stuff like that. But busy season for me is summertime and stuff like that, so it was kind of hard to balance out when you're the only person that's doing the work and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, but now that fall and winter's coming up, I'm back in the gym full time, so.
Okay. How many days do you train a week?
I try to train 6 days a week. Saturday is the only day that I take off.
Okay, 'cause Sunday they got you out there.
Yeah, at Glasgow Park.
Yeah. I haven't made it out there yet, man. I've been wanting to, but
you should definitely come out. It's I mean, it's a different type of workout than we do in the gym. Obviously, it's a lot of running, sprints, uphill sprints, and stuff like that. It's not so much bag work, you know what I mean, pads and stuff
cardio.
like that. Yeah.
That's cool. You need that.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, do you think you have the cardio? Your cardio is better this fight, or?
Yeah, I do, because again, there was a lot of things that I didn't know the first fight. You know what I mean? And now I feel as though all those are covered. I didn't really. I wouldn't say slack is the right word for my first fight on my running and stuff like that, but I definitely didn't take it as serious as I am now. I'm running like distance like 3 to 4 times a week, and then my sprints are 2 to 3 times a week. Whereas my first fight, I was like, oh, you know, I'm hitting pads, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So, you know what I mean, I can kind of slack on my road work a little bit, but road work is like the base of your cardio, you know what I mean? So you need that to build it up to where you can be, and to keep that pace going the whole fight and stuff. So.
All right, now I wanted to ask this question because it came to my mind. I used to watch UFC for a long time, back when, remember when you had Rich Franklin as a middleweight champ, I think Matt Hughes
and all them,
was a champ, and then Silva was a champ.
Yeah.
And back then, I believe George St. Pierre was one of the contenders, and he was going against somebody, and his trainer used to get on him for having sex. Is that something that you hold back from doing to I guess, what is that for? Like, why?
They say it's because it releases like whatever chemical it is when you have sex or something like that. It's released like the serotonin and stuff like that. And then on top of that, like testosterone and everything. But when you don't do it and it builds up inside of you, I feel as though I feel like stronger, faster. I'm not so relaxed during training and stuff like that. Like almost when you do have sex and then you go train, you kind of, you know what I mean, like real relaxed and real. Yeah. It's not really like you're not out there. Yeah. And I mean, with training, you gotta be alpha. You gotta be on top of it. You know, you gotta take everything serious, because, I mean, yeah, we're at an amateur level right now, but I mean, I'm sure you've heard recently, like, the people that have been passing and boxing and stuff like that, due to, like, brain trauma and everything, so, I mean, like I said, it is on an amateur level, so it's not as serious, but still, I mean, you can get hurt doing it, you know what I mean, so you gotta take this stuff serious.
It seems like it's happening more often now. Maybe because social media is around and we're just picking it up and we're seeing it, but, I don't know, what's different now that people are just dying left and right?
I mean, in my opinion, with it, it could be linked to like performance enhancement drugs and stuff like that. But another thing that I think it's linked to is that whole pride and ego thing. People not quitting when they should, or their coach not throwing in the towel when they should, because they don't want to have the reputation of having a fighter that's a quitter and stuff like that. But at the same time, man, you can't sit there and just get your head beat in for round after round after round. And I know the fighter isn't going to want to stop, but that's where the coach needs to come in and throw in that towel and be like, you know what I mean, you're taking too much damage and stuff like that. So there was a guy, Maxim Dadichev, that passed a couple months ago, and there was a clip that was released of his trainer literally like begging him to let him stop the fight and stuff. And eventually they ended up doing it, but unfortunately it was a little bit too late after they ended up stopping it and he passed away from it. But I just think it's not letting that ego and that pride get in, you know what I mean, and stopping the fight when it should be. But I also feel as though, I mean, it's just my opinion, I feel as though boxing is more like dangerous towards that, because there's a lot more headshots and stuff, whereas like MMA and kickboxing, there's a lot more that's like, you know, you get leg kicks, body kicks, and stuff, and like, you know how it is with boxing, it's people headhunt a lot and stuff like that, you know what I mean, and then you get in the corner and people are just beating on your head, and then sparring, it's a lot more egotistical in boxing, in my opinion. Like I feel as though like Muay Thai and kickboxing and stuff is more about like respect, and we still do go hard with sparring and stuff like that, but it's not like we don't go in there, we don't have something to prove, we just genuinely want to make each other better, you know what I mean? Whereas boxing, sometimes the egos get in the way and you get clipped, and then, you know what I mean, you want that back, and you guys just start going at it. And sparring, I mean, it's good because you do need that, don't get me wrong, but to an extent, you know what I mean? I feel as though they should definitely kind of regulate that more, especially in fights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When there's no headgear, there's no, you know what I mean, stuff like that. You got the smaller gloves on and everything. So.
Are you wearing headgear for your
It's an option for me. I personally don't want to wear it, but my opponent has to agree on it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what weight are your gloves?
I believe they're 10 or 12. I think they're 10-ounce gloves.
Dang.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
So you're dropping about 6 ounces right there, right?
Yep.
Well, at least your hands are going to move faster.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't sound like a lot, but 6 ounces when it comes to gloves is a lot. Yeah. You know.
Are you throwing elbows and?
No.
It's not
You
allowed?
can't throw knees to the head, but you can throw knees anywhere else, and you can't throw elbows to the head, but you can throw head kicks and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Man, I like boxing more because I don't like getting kicked in the legs.
Right.
Do you have to toughen your legs up for that?
Yeah, definitely.
And what do you do to toughen your legs up?
Just drilling and stuff, and drilling with like no shin guards on and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Kicking the bag?
Yeah, kicking the bags. That conditions like your shins, but a lot of it is trying to condition like the thigh muscles and stuff like that up here and everything. And like I said, that comes with just time, you know, just doing it over and over and over again. But my thing is, you kick me in the leg, I'm gonna kick you back harder. You know what I mean? And make you think about kicking me in my leg again. So
And
that's what I try to do anyway.
And I guess I get a flashback with Anderson Silva when he kicked Smith.
Weidman.
Yeah, it was
Weidman,
fucking Weidman. I lost money on that.
That was cool.
That was gruesome.
Yeah, but I mean that's like a freak accident type thing. You know,
it's not something that happens too often.
No.
Okay.
It's just like right place, right time, right amount of pressure, right angle, all that stuff. You know what I mean? It was. I mean, he's fought multiple times since then. It hasn't happened.
Yeah. Damn. Now tell us more about the gym you train at and who you train with.
I train with Edmund, Jason Stevens, Sensei Greg. My main coach is Greg Pritchett, and then we got a couple boxers and stuff. Adonis Wilkins, Dave Murray. The females we have are Shamil, Nelly, and then we got like the newer guys and stuff like that trying to build their way up to get on the fight team and everything. Because with MBJ, it's not a gym that you just come in and you say, hey, I can fight, and he throws you into a fight. You have to go through like a whole trial thing. So you go in, you can invite friends and family and stuff. It's kind of like a smoker, like a fight setting type thing. And at the end of the fight and everything, the whole fight team votes if the person can get on and stuff like that. And then it's like a majority vote type thing. But I think that's a good way to do it, though. You know what I mean? That way. Because anybody can say they're ready or whatever, you know what I mean, but you don't know how you're going to perform when people are watching and you're the only one in the ring, it's you and an opponent, and you got your friends and family and everybody watching you and stuff like that, and you're under them lights, so it's definitely a good way to, you know what I mean, kind of try to prepare you for a fight.
Yeah, because one thing that not a lot of people know is, it's one thing to train with a little bit of people, but when you're in front of a lot of people, your body tends to betray you in a way. Kind of like stiffen up, you get nervous, you're not moving as fluid as you would if there wasn't a whole bunch of people watching. It's almost like stage fright.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten that while fighting?
No. I've gotten like an adrenaline dump, which is, I mean, it literally makes your body just feel like everything weighs like 30 pounds, you know what I mean? Like you can't throw your punches as fast as you want to, your kicks aren't there, your response time is not how it should be and stuff like that. But I would definitely compare it to like a stage fright type thing, you know what I mean? Not directly, but definitely very, very similar to that.
Cool,
for sure.
Cool.
Which is why, like I said, I think it's good that he throws you in there in front of people and stuff like that. Nobody's trying to kill each other or anything like that, but it's still, you guys are still going at it though,
Right.
For mine, I had to fight Sensei Greg, so.
Oh, okay, that was a challenge.
Yeah, that was definitely a challenge, yeah. Kicked me in my mouth for the first time, and I was like, whew, not expecting that.
Yeah. So you actually have to fight someone to get on the fight team.
Yep. And they do the 3 2-minute rounds, they do it exactly like they would do it in a normal fight. They have a referee in there and all that stuff too, so.
But as long as you, I guess, hold your own, or then you're able to...
Yeah, it's not like a win or lose type thing. As long as you... They mainly look for how you react to certain things, how you listen to your corner and stuff like that, because when you're in a fight, you really do need to listen to your corner, because when you're in there and your opponent's in front of you, you don't always see everything that's open, you don't always see the opportunities and stuff like that, but from the outside looking in, I mean, your coach has seen everything millions and millions of times, you know what I mean? So when he calls for something, even if you don't think it's going to work in there, you should definitely at least try it. You know what I mean?
It's almost like a chess game, and the guy from the side can see moves that the people playing can't.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, and they turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
And one thing I like about Sensei Greg is, you know, when you're training, he tells you to count backwards. 30 by 2, 30, 28, 26. And it's just to get your mind to continue working, because when you're tired, your mind stops making good decisions, I guess. And it's hard to follow directions.
It is. It's very, very hard.
You're hearing them say shit, but it's just not registering. Do you ever have that happen to you?
Yeah, definitely. But that's one of their main things that they try to push into you is focus and fatigue, and the mind quits before the body does. So a really good comparison to that is like the Sundays and stuff, when you come in and you're doing all them sprints and you got to do 2.5 miles around the park, and then right after that you got jumping jacks and you got to sprint up the hills, sprint and stuff like that, and in your head you're like, there's no way in hell I'm going to continue to be able to do this. There's no way I can do 2.5 miles after this and stuff. But once the training's over, you look back, you're like, I mean, I did it, you know what I mean? But it's just your mind telling you that you can't do it, but you can, you know what I mean? And that's why I like them two sayings, focus and fatigue, and the mind quits before the body does, because you have so much more in you than you think you do, but your mind's going to tell you that you don't. And if you let your mind win, you let your mind, overcome that and stuff, then you're going to lose every time.
Okay. All right, cool. Now, before I ask you if you have anything to say to your opponent, is there anything else you wanted to cover? Something that you want them to know that people may not know about you? Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey, a small town in New Jersey. Yep.
Okay, but it's not far from Delaware. Is it Pennsville?
It's Salem. It's like right outside of Pennsville. It's technically like Elsonboro, but it's right near Salem. That's like the place that everybody knows and stuff like that in Pennsville. But I drive about 40-50 minutes every day to get to the gym. I gotta pay the tolls and all that stuff every day. You know what I mean?
That's dedication right there.
Yeah.
That shit adds up by the end of the month. You're looking at at least 100, maybe 150.
Yeah, 6 times a week, you're $5. That's $30 right there. Times 4 is $120 a month in just tolls, and then the gym fees and gas and stuff like that. It definitely adds up, but I feel as though I'm at the right place, and I feel as though any other place in New Jersey or the surrounding area or anything like that, I'm not gonna get that, you know what I mean? So to me, it's worth it,
Right.
I've been to other people's houses like locally and stuff, and they live like 5 minutes from the gym, and I'm like, man, this must be nice. Just hop in your car and just go right to the gym and stuff. But hey, hopefully it'll pay off one day, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. I look forward to seeing you. On UFC, cheering, watching the fight pass.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Professor right behind you.
Yep.
That'll be the shit, man. I'd love to see that.
Yep.
You have anything to say to your opponent?
Just make sure you're ready, man. Just train hard and then bring me a fight. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I want. I don't want an easy fight. Like I said, he's got 9 fights. I know his record's not the best, but I know that he doesn't quit. I know that he pushes the pace, he comes forward and all that. And like I said, I want him to do that. I don't want him to slack off when he's running, his sparring, his training, or anything. I want to be pushed in there, and I want it to be a fight. You know what I mean? I want everybody to come and then see what I can actually do. Because like I said, my first fight, I felt maybe like 50%, 60% at most. You know what I mean? And if I go in there at 100%, like I said, I just don't feel like there's anybody that can beat me in this area at 145 pounds. Not even in this area, just anywhere. I watch a lot of amateur fights, I watch a lot of professional fights and stuff like that, and I feel as though just my movement, my mentality, my cardio, all that stuff, once I get everything down to a science, my weight cut and my nutrition and things like that, I don't feel like there's going to be anybody that can stop me.
What's your signature knockout move?
It's going to be that left high kick,
You said the left high kick?
Yeah, left head kick,
Okay.
I'm a southpaw, so there's not a lot of us, you know what I mean, which means that you're left-handed and everything, and for a lot of people it's awkward, you know what I mean, even for me when I fight left-handed people it's awkward because you don't see it a lot, but I mean, for me, I feel like that's my bread and butter right there. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna set it up, and I mean, if that don't work, I got my right leg, I got my hands, I got a lot of things in my arsenal. It's not just that left leg kick. So.
And how many rounds are you on?
3 rounds, 3 2-minute rounds.
3 2-minute rounds.
Yep.
All right, you got that.
Yeah.
They make us go way harder than that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit different once your nerves and adrenaline and stuff like that are involved.
Right.
But I mean, we train. When we spar, you know what I mean, we do 3-minute rounds, we go 10, 15 rounds sometimes, stuff like that.
15-second breaks.
Yeah, 15.
You're going to get 60 seconds.
Yeah, you get
right?
60 seconds.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You
want to rejuvenate.
But like I said, it's a little different because you're coming off that weight cut, and then you got all your friends, family, people recording, I mean, all that stuff, you know what I mean? So it's a lot different of a feeling than it is, just sparring the normal people. We're going to a different gym and sparring and stuff like that. It's a little bit different of a feeling because we go to like Rami, Elite and stuff like that, and spar with those guys and stuff like that sometimes. But it's just a different feeling, man. It's a whole different feeling. Knowing that guy has bad intentions and he's trying to knock your head off, you know what I mean? It's just a whole different ball game.
Man, I wish I had got started a long time ago at a lot younger age, but.
Right. Yeah, I wish that too, man, because I got started when I was, I think, 22, I want to say. But I had knee surgery, I've had a shoulder injury and stuff like that, so it's been 3 years, but it hasn't been, you know what I mean, exactly 3 years. It's probably been like consistently like a year and a half, maybe 2 years or so. But I don't know, man, it's just one of them things where it just feels right, you know what I mean? Like I go in there and like taking that time off was good for me, good for my mental and stuff like that, because when I go in there now, I just feel like I see things a lot differently, like my movement's a lot different, and Professor was telling me the other day, he was like, it looks like you've been doing this for a lot longer than you have been and stuff, just by the way that you move and things like that, and I just feel like it's from, watching all the tape that I watch and just trying out different things and being comfortable with being uncomfortable and stuff, and trying new things out, because a lot of people, I feel as though like they watch one fighter or something like that and they try to mimic him, or they try to be like this guy, they try to do things like that. And me, I take so many different things from so many different people and try to just bunch them all on my own while still trying to create my own style at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, I like John Jones, Max Holloway, Connor, you know what I mean? All them guys, I like watching all them fight, so I just feel as though I'm getting to that point right now where everything's starting to like mix well, and you know what I mean, everything's starting to kind of come together.
That's hard to do, is to remember. Like I'll see a move and then just to remember it in the ring and to actually apply it. It's hard to do and hard to remember.
Yeah, it is, because a lot of people don't realize how hard it is when there's an opponent in front of you, you know what I mean? Like, you can look good on pads, you can look good in the bag, you can look good on all that, but when there's an opponent in front of you, it's a lot different setups wise and speed, timing, things like that. It's a lot different.
Now, where can people purchase tickets to watch your fight?
They can get a hold of me on Instagram. It's J_MCGRIFF23. Facebook is Jamar Mcgriff. You can get a hold of me to purchase tickets that way, or you can stop in at MBJ Athletics. It's 705 Dawson Drive in Newark, Delaware. Tickets are $45 a piece. And the event's November 16th. So.
For tickets, VIP, and info, go to mvjgear.com or 302-409-0685. And this will be at the Greater Newark Boys and Girls Club, November 16th. I'm definitely there, man. Make sure y'all get your tickets, man. I'm gonna have somebody throw your little Instagram up so that way they could look at it, and y'all could do Cash App, PayPal, get a ticket, come support. Because y'all see how hard it is for a person to, he's coming all the way from Jersey. A lot of people, don't have it as hard. They're a lot closer to the gym they're training at. These are a lot more expensive. So, every support counts. Get a ticket, come check a fight out. Hey, David Harr, yo, come prepared, because you have a match on your hands. I seen him work. He ain't no joke. When you gonna knock him out? Prediction.
I want to get it done in the first round, but then part of me kind of wants to get a little bit more ring time,
Right.
maybe second or something like that.
Okay.
But we'll see how everything goes. I think he's just gonna be surprised at my power and then speed and all that, and hopefully it overwhelms him. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, we've been working, so I just want him to come prepared. And we got 3 other teammates on the card too. We got George, we got Ed, and we got Jason on the card as well.
Jason Stevens.
Yep, he's the co-main event versus a good dude too.
George Byers and Ed Kotak. All from MVJ Athletics.
Yep.
Hopefully I can get them here at the table, man. I know November 16th, not too far away.
Yeah, we're less than a month out now, so.
Yeah. I'm glad we got this promo started now, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate you coming here at the table. Look forward to seeing you work.
Thank you.
And that's it. You already know you either at the table or you on the menu.